Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Scott McKenzie. For those of you that do not know me, I am the founder of a home care agency based in Irvine, California called Golden Age Companions. And I also have a consulting company called Home Care Agency Blueprint, which is designed to help you start, scale, and grow your very own home care agency. So in today's lesson, we are going to dive into how to get a non-medical home care agency license in Ohio. I will be covering the timeline it takes, the costs, and just some pretty basic details to get you in the right direction if you're looking at getting a license in Ohio. All right, so jumping in here, I'm going to put a copy of this document in the description below in the video so you guys can have access to this. And then also I will add the links of what I'm looking at on the screen. So Ohio is a little bit different on, over here in California, we call the agency license a non-medical home care agency license. We have a lot of students that ask us if they can do a home health agency license, and certainly they can. We've set up a lot of home health agencies already, and that's definitely something that we can do. And I just cover non-medical because that's what I've done here in Irvine with Golden Age Companions for over 12 years. So home health, though, is the same business model, same concept, same processes, all that stuff. It's just basically medical. So with home health, they're saying here to review the Ohio Administrative Code, OAC Chapter 3701-60. So when that's pulled up, when clicking on the initial application, then there's all this information about the guidelines and, basically all like the kind of like regulation jargon of what this looks like. But then this is all talking about home health. So what home care for non-medical home care, what Ohio calls non-medical home care is they call it a home care service. That's why in this document here, I put home care service because that's what Ohio refers it to. So even though this is just almost for like information purposes, the 3701-60 is more about the standards on home health. It seems that those kind of overlap with Homemaker services, but what we'll do is we're going to dive into the application. So first overview here, you want to understand the licensing requirements, which I'm going to go into. Set up the business structure, so whether you're in an incorporation, sole proprietorship, partnership, or like a regular corporation, and then that will also register your business with Ohio Secretary of State, and then you get your EIN number. With one of our more affordable packages at Home Care Agency Blueprint, we actually do all of this for you. We just basically handle this entire step. Actually, same thing include for policies and procedures. We create those on your behalf, but yeah, you basically want to develop policies and procedures. So this is what's in compliant with their regulations. You want to cover, meal-related activities, household activities, transportation, personnel policies, emergency preparedness, location, office setup. You want to have a physical office. The way that we teach to do this is if you're really kind of like on a budget and you do not want to go lease an office space for say $600, $700, $800, $1,000 a month up front, the best way to do this is to get a virtual office space that you can get the mailing address and then apply for the license, let the department know that that is your mailing address, and then because license could take months to process. Here it says 60 to 90 days. So But basically, you don't want to be paying for an office space while you're waiting for it's just going to be vacant, right? Because you can't operate yet until you have your license. So the best thing to do is register your business, incorporate your business with that mailing address that is your virtual office setup. And then that same address will also be the address that you would get the private office with once you get your license approved. Or it might be the last condition they want to know. Okay, we want to verify that you have a private office, and then you can make that switch at the building that you are working with. And you find, just Google search like virtual/executive offices in my area or where you want to have your office at. We can help you at Home Care Agency Blueprint to do all of this. I'm just wanting to add value and share information because you're coming here for a reason. So if you're looking at setting up, that's the best way. And maybe for $100 a month, you can set up a virtual office, then move that to say like a $500 office, a private office, once we get approval. Hiring qualified staff. You don't need to do that up front. You want to make sure that you have a proper background check and that you're verified as the administrator. And then as you get that first client and then you get the first caregiver, then you want to go through the necessary steps to making sure that the background checks are done on them. Now it's filling out the license application, which I'm going to go over. Submitting the required documents, including business registration, policies, procedures, staff qualifications, and where your office is at. And then when you're preparing the initial inspection, this is after you submit the application. So you would schedule an initial inspection, but this is basically, you want to, of course, prepare all the documents, send in the application. Now, when it comes to getting your liability insurance, this is general and professional liability insurance. It's basically like two insurances, and there's another video on my channel that talks all about what this is. And but basically, general liability and professional liability protects your employees and it also protects your clients. That's what that insurance coverage is for. There is a way you can get this coverage binded up front, and then you can suffice that requirement with the department and then have it start. It'll be activated once you actually get your license, so you don't have to pay for it until you actually get your license. Good news is application fee is only $250. Obviously, there's going to be an inspection. You get your license within that, top end 90 days. And then just, ongoing compliance renewal, make sure you're always in compliant with their regulations. And, really the hardest part is getting the license. But when you get it, you're already going to know what regulations that you need to be making sure that you're following. So this link here is about the Homemaker service. So I will attach this in the description below. It talks all about what a Homemaker service is. What is it? It is, they actually, their definition is dusting furniture, sweeping, vacuuming, mopping floors, taking out trash. We always at Golden Age Chimpans always like to call it activities of daily living. It's the things that a person cannot do for themselves any longer that they need assistance for someone else to do for them. So that's, laundry, changing the bed linens, getting them meals, preparing food, all that stuff. So the thing that they refer to that it doesn't include is like same thing for everything else that's non-medical. Like you can't help with medications. You can do medication reminders, but you cannot, set them up. You cannot, I guess, go through like third-party insurers. There's also, making sure that you do not handle anything that is like wound care, stuff like that. So I'll keep a copy of this in the description below. And then here is the actual application for non-medical home services applications. So you can see here they need the application filled out, which is all of your information. You can see down here the name of your agency, address, mailing address if it's different, what your hours of operations are, you know, your ownership. So like your name as a business owner, if there's multiple owners, what their name is, even if there's another business that might own part of this. And then name of each person that owns 5% or more of the company, officers, names, titles. Yeah, you just want to answer these questions. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Non-refundable $250 fee. A document showing list of all non-medical home health services provided or will be provided by the agency. Copies of all documents filed and recorded with. So that's like your incorporation documents. And then non-agency provider is not. That's not non-medical. That's like direct providing care, so that's different. Fingerprint, that is essentially your background check. And then document providing the description of services, but also geographic area of where you're going to be providing the services as well. So that's pretty much, it's pretty straightforward. You can also send this. They have online a link where you could either mail this in with all the documents. You can submit it online. I believe there is a link I saw on their website where you can do this online. So that is basically everything about how to get a non-medical home care agency license in Ohio. I hope this video was helpful. If you are interested in getting consultation with us at Home Care Agency Blueprint, we'd be more than happy to help you. And there is a link in the description below to book a call with me and my team, and we can talk to you about getting you set up, starting your agency, scaling your agency if you currently have one. We do branding, we have all the policies. We basically are a full service on setting up either a non-medical or a home health care agency. All right, so that's a wrap on how to get a non-medical home care agency, or what Ohio calls it, a Homemaker services license with Ohio. And thank you for coming and watching my video. And if you do feel like you got value, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much.